Hola and welcome to Season 3 of Villarreal in FM21. It's me, MVPete, and on our first day of the new season, we have Sevilla at home. We've got to make it interesting to start it off with, haven't we? Obviously, it being a new season, there's been some transfers. You might notice down here we still have £15 million in our transfer budget. That has been due to sales. And as the club that we are, Villarreal, not the biggest fan base, not the biggest receiver of TV rights money or things like that, merchandise. So we really have to rely on player sales. We will be looking to chop and change where we can and hopefully make good deals in the process. So that's exactly what we've done so far. So if we go over to our transfers, our transfer history, I'll show you these in a second. Because with the way the seasons work, we had some players come in before this concluded. So we've got a few new players that have appeared on our previous season's list. No one too expensive. At least it's in order. So first and foremost, I'd like to just remind you of Sufanat Muanta, who we got from somewhere. He is a Thai international. At 19 years old, he has 31 caps for his country, which is bizarre. But he's a 2.5-star striker, or inverted winger, but I see him as much more of a striking role. 15 finishing. He's quick, and he's 19 years old. And I think he's got a big future ahead of him, to be honest. So he came in on a free, I believe. Yeah. And we've loaded him out to Guillon for this season. So he'll be playing in the Spanish La Liga, because they got promoted this season as well. So that'll be good development for him. All of our free transfers came in. So obviously we've got Eric Bailly now. Quite a few others. I think Stefan Hernsman's a guy I'm particularly excited about as well. Danish centre-back or right-back. I see him as more of a centre-back as well. He's 6'2". He needs to work on his strength, but he's got a lot of potential that unfortunately we can't see now. Oh, there we go. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential. This guy could be the real deal. Speaking of the real deal, we've made 2 signings. We've brought in Diego Dallo from Man United. And I know what you're going to say, because I'm a United fan, I'm buying ex-United players because I like United players. And what I'm going to say to that is, possibly. I did think Dallo would be better than this at this point. I mean, my scouts told me he was at least a 2.5-star current ability. And I'm hoping that improves with game time. Because I have signed him as our right-back understudy. We have got a few right-backs coming through our academy as well. But this is for now. So I'm a little disappointed at that. I am hoping that changes soon. He's still got a 3.5-star potential ability. So he could be a good right-back. There's no doubt about it. But at 23 years old, he really needs to start showing it. He is 6 foot, got good height, 13 passing, 13 dribbling, 15 crossing. It's all good. He's got decent physical stats. So I don't think he's actually a 2-star player. Personally. So we did spend £4.5 million on him. Looking back at that, might be a bit expensive. But he's here now, so what are we going to do? Bargain-wise, we picked up Alex Collado from Barcelona for only 3.4 million. A ton of clubs were in for him. So we pipped him to the post, I think. He's a 3-star current ability player, 3.5-star potential, 23 years old as well. He's decent, really decent. Very happy with him. A cheap, wide player option. Also Spanish, helps with our quota. 16 technique. You know, he's got good long shots on him as well. 14 dribbling. He's got some finishing, quite quick. So the kind of pacey inverted winger that we like. This is what we've been playing with. We like these inverted wingers like Chukwueze, like De La Cruz that cut inside very, very quickly. And he can do that. And the fact he's got a good long shot on him will definitely help. 16 flair as well, I feel like will definitely come into play because of the kind of attacking runs he will be making. So happy with those two. Sort of. Looking at you, Dallo. Well, other than that, Collardo's appeared here as well, so that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But okay, sure. We brought in Jackson Perozzo, who is a 21-year-old Ecuadorian. For £1 million, it is an investment, but that's what I'm here to do. I believe investing in youth for Villarreal is the best way forward. Not only will we make profit, but hopefully we'll develop players for our first team as well. Because we can't afford to buy fresh off the block, players. Even if they get transfer listed, a lot of the time they're out of our price range. So this is the way forward. 2-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, a minimum of 3.5-star. Even if he reaches just that, that's as good as our defenders are at the moment. And he's good, 6'4", 17 jumping reach. He's not exactly slow either for a centre-back, which is nice. So I think he's a worthwhile investment. Although we won't see the fruits of our labour there for a long time, I imagine. At least a couple of seasons. And this is where I'm going to reference our sales. Because one of them isn't on here either. And that one is going to be Geronimo Rulli. Chelsea came in for him for £9 million. And at 30 years old, I'm happy to get that kind of money for him. Also, the fact that Chelsea came in for him, just to see what would happen, I tried to convince him to stay. He wasn't having any of it. So he left. I don't think he's their number one goalkeeper. I mean, I'd be shocked. Well, he's not made an appearance yet, but I don't think their season started. But he has got the number one shirt, so fair enough. But speaking of the goalkeeper situation, we have brought in a replacement for less than £1 million, 850 grand. We've brought in Josep Martinez from, Leipzig. Sorry, Leipzig. Yeah, Leipzig. And he's a backup goalkeeper. But he's Spanish. And for less than £1 million, I'm happy with that. He may not ever reach the heights that we need him to, but that's okay. For me, he's a stopgap. And I am currently looking at several young goalkeepers with bags of potential. So he is here until my prodigy goalkeeper that I hope I'll have comes to fruition. So that's the plan for Jotip, just a backup goalkeeper. Something a bit more exciting here. We've got Pedro Cancelo as well, 20-year-old left-back Portuguese, capped at under 19 level. He's got a 3.5-star potential, 1.5-star current ability. Another one for the future. As you can see with most of my transfers, that's the plan. But for 300 grand from Gumaras, that was a good signing, I believe. Let's just quickly go through the out section. We've had Javi Ontiveros. I couldn't get my words out then. He's left for Schalke. He was on loan the whole time we've had him, really. And for £8 million, I'm more than happy. Sold him at a profit in the end. I'm happy with this. He was never getting into our first team, not with the likes of Barrenechea on the left and De La Cruz, and then on the right you got Chukwueze, Jeremy Pino. He's so far down the pecking order, it was just time to cash in. I think that was sensible. And with the arrival of Diego Dallo, the exit of Ruben Peña, he is not a 3.5-star ability player. Never has been, never will be. He was 3-star max, possibly 2.5-star. And you can tell by his stats. So, I don't know who scouted him here. Considering we have all the knowledge in the world on him. But, we got £4 million. And at 31 years old, sorry. I'm happy with that. I don't see the need to keep him around, not when we've got a replacement in. And the rest of this is just a lot of loans. All this youth I'm cultivating here is getting plenty of game time elsewhere. So, as you might notice, nothing too crazy for our first team, which sort of looks like this at the moment. This will be the team that is playing today, by the way, against Sevilla. But we're just going to go quickly through this big old list of injuries down here. So, De La Cruz, unfortunately injured again, as he was at the end of last season. 3 to 5 weeks out. He's had a damaged kneecap. Unfortunate. We've not got Ugarte registered. I think sending him out on loan is the best option. It saves us a EU spot as well. So it just frees us up a little bit to bring in a non-EU player, basically, as well. And because behind Coquelin and Scott McSauce wasn't really getting much game time either, so it's probably best he goes elsewhere and gets some game time. Pervis Esputan is also injured, out for 2 to 8 days with ankle ligaments. Pedraza is injured and on the loan list as well, and unregistered. I don't know what to do with Pedraza, because in our first season, he was very useful. But I just don't see when we're going to play him. And I don't like him at left back. A tackling of 9 is not good enough to be at left back. It just isn't defensively. And considering we're not great defensively, it's no use. And out on the left wing, he's got some pace. He does. There's nothing special about him. And at 26 years old, it might be time to cash in on him. I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet. Mario Gaspar, not fit for today, unfortunately. So that does mean a start for Diego Dallo, which is great. But unfortunately, Gaspar out for another few days. And then Milenkovic as well, coming back from injury, not quite ready for the first team. My worry is that Diego Dallo isn't fully fit for this. So we may have to have Milenkovic on the bench so he can come on if Dallo tires too much. So I think if we get rid of Gagliardini, because he's not ready either for this, we'll do that. That seems a bit more sensible. Then we've got that covered. Okay, so the team that is going to be facing Sevilla today. Sergio Centre in net, a back four of Diego Dallo, Duarte, Salazar, Pellegrini, midfield 3 of Coquelin, Ceballos and Parejo, and a front 3 of Barnechea, Yeremy Pino and Paco Alcalça. We have had indications that Parejo is past his best, starting to decline in some of his physical attributes, and this sign itself tells you all, it's in his scout report, showing that he may be declining as a footballer. And it's a shame because he's a very good player. He's done great for us. He's been influential. Both seasons. You know, he actually did even better last season. Just 9 assists instead of 5. Double his player of matches. Only a 0.01 better on average rating. But I'll put that down to his abysmal form near the end. But yeah, against Sevilla, I'm hoping we don't get ruined. I have made some tactical tweaks as well. We've got some new systems. I don't want to debut them yet, so we're not going to. And yeah, let's get into this game. So Ruben Peña's on the bench against us today. I'm not surprised they didn't start him because he's not as good as the rest of their players. That's why we sold him. Chukwueze, I don't think I mentioned just before then. Yeah, he is out. Not fit for today. He's got some injury problems. But we'll cover that later on. And let's just hope for a good start. I mean, this team isn't too dissimilar to the one we were playing with last season, so our coercion should be up there. Shouldn't be too far off it. Nice to see Barnechea start. Charging down the left-hand side. Runs past both tackles there and scores within the first 2 minutes. Under Barnechea. I still think he could be the signing of the save so far. He's got bags of potential still. And when he can do things like this, just runs over the challenges and the goalkeeper doesn't stand a chance. I think that's through his legs as well. I really want to say it was because naughty goal. Big fan of that. And we're 1-0 up. What more is to be said? Let's just hope we don't concede too early here either. Munier coming into the box, trying to find that bottom left-hand corner, just puts too much on it. Luckily for us, I will be keeping my eye fixed on Diego Dallo today, though. Half because of his average rating, because apparently he's a 2-star player, and because he's not fully fit. Barnechea nearly getting a second. Very close from outside the box there. It's always good to see him on the ball. You know something's going to happen. I will be looking at strikers as well, because our striker situation has gone bizarre. Because apparently Gerard Moreno is now the better striker at 3.5 stars. Paco's dropped to a 3. And no one's interested in him anymore. And I was really hoping to move him on. So it may be a case of forcing him out, as much as I don't want to do that. The headers come out to Pellegrini on the left-hand side. Paco's in. Blocked away. Nice to see we're getting in the right areas, though. And Sevilla don't look like they're taking this all too well. I would like to be higher up on the possession stats, but that, considering we're playing tiki-taka. But, you know, that's fine. We're winning. That's what I need to remember. What's important is goals, not possession. It's a little important, not too important. Angel Di Maria plays for Valencia now. Oh, yeah, God, we didn't go through any of the transfers for any of the team. Oh, God, there's been so many. Real Madrid keep producing these big bags of cash, and it makes me sick, to be honest, because they have made an insane signing to go along with their wide players in Mbappe and Mo Salah, and they've got Hazard behind. They thought the need to go and spend £120 million on a striker. I mean, he's been in hot form, so I get that. I just makes them even more troublesome when we finally come to play them. Oh, go on, I'll tell you, it's Anthony Martial from United. Of course it is. He's been bagging goals in for them for fun. I believe they signed Belotti as his replacement that I've just seen as well, because I was keeping tabs on strikers just in case Paco Alcalá left. Oh, Rakitic with a long shot from outside the box and it goes in. Beats Asenjo. Is 1-1. 60 minutes gone. Let's see what we can do about this. Let's just watch this again. I was too busy chatting. Oliver plays it over to Rakitic. Takes a touch. Sergio Asenjo should be doing better there. Unfortunate. Oh, so we'll go attacking. And Dallo is too tired to continue. I mean, it's going to happen, so that's fine. We'll bring on Milenkovic, and he can play at full back. Even though he's not fully fit, he's better than a really tired Diego Dallo, who's had an okay game. You know, I'm not too worried. He seemed okay. Don't think the goal was his fault, at least. We'll bring on Gerard Moreno as well instead of Paco, because Paco's been rubbish. And Dani Parejo and Ceballos both having poor games here. So I think the decision is put Ceballos as an attacking playmaker and then bring on Scott McTominay. I don't think I want him as a Mazzala, though. Box to box. Let's see what he can offer. Scott McSauce comes on for his first game of the season. And we're going to demand more from the people. Because we'd like to win this game. Sevilla seems to be getting more into it. 15 minutes to go. I'm going to change it up a smidgen. We'll move Ceballos up and Coquelin up as well. And then he can have an attacking mentality. And that seems fair to me. See if that makes anything happen. Match their formation at the very least. 10 minutes to go. Real Madrid winning 6-0 here. 5 minutes left. I think we'll go very attacking. I don't see why not. Unless we concede a goal now, which would be all my fault. But I'm not sure we'll see anything else from this game. Alaves equalising with Atletico Madrid. That's always good to see them drop points. I think we're going to drop points ourselves here. 1-1. Not a vintage performance by any stretch of the imagination. Pellegrini is rated as our best player. Now he's a 4-star player. So, not surprised to see him do well today. Yeah. Their goal was a bit of a long shot from outside the box. I think we probably, on another day, win there. Unfortunate. Oh, well. It's not a terrible result against Sevilla. Always going to be a tough game. Let's look around. Valencia dropping points against Villarreal. Real Madrid winning 8-0 against Eibar. Salah with a hat-trick. Mbappe with 2. Varane, Valverde, Hartebor. I think Real Madrid signed Rodri as well from City, so they're looking even more fearsome. Elche getting a win against Vigo. Nice to see. Barca winning 5-1 against Sporting Gijón. But Atletico Madrid dropping points is quite handy for us as well. So let's just quickly go into the fixture list, and then we'll have a look at the transfers that have happened already. So here are the fixtures. We've got Espanyol, Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, and then Valencia away as our last game of the transfer window. So I think we'll go with that. I'll show you Valencia next, and then we can conclude the transfer window after that. Just to show you where it's at the moment, it's gone crazy again. Hardly surprising, I know, but it really has been something. So can we do transfer window? This is what I want to see. So the major transfers: Martial to Real Madrid for 117 million. Jadon Sancho going to Barcelona for 91 million. Bernardo Silva going to Barcelona for 64 million from City. And then Victor Triskanov from Bayern Munich to Atletico Madrid as well. Everyone is spending the big bucks by the looks of it. If we just go to Barcelona and have a look at their transfer history. So, along with Bernardo Silva, they brought in Aymeric Laporte as well. Haven't sold a player, really, apart from to us, and it wasn't that much money. But yeah, Laporte comes in, 28 years old. Silva comes in at 27. I'm not surprised to see City players go to Barca. They match their MO, and there's some of them are Spanish, and, you know, it makes sense, you know. Then we go to Real Madrid, who honestly, it sends me under how much money they spend every season. So yeah, Rodri comes in for a potential 51 million from City. City seems to be selling all their players. I was keeping an eye on Rodri because I knew he was available, but we couldn't afford him, unfortunately. Not at that kind of price. Hans Hateboer comes in as a right back for them as well for possibly 56 million. And they signed an old defender for not much money, I guess. But yeah, but the main transfer for them is definitely Martial, which is this season. This is the thing with the weird season thing. But yeah, 117 million on Martial. And I forgot to mention they brought in Correa as well, who was at Man City for some reason, for possibly 58 million. And that was in January as well. I don't think there's anything from Atletico Madrid other than what I've already showed you that's worth having a look at. But while we're here, why not? Transfer history. Oh, they brought in Talas Magno. Yeah, Brazilian wonder kid. I've had him before. I've had him in my United saves before. Very good player, 28 million. A little bit out of our price range, unfortunately. But yeah, he's still not quite there yet. So at least for now, he's just a good player rather than a crazy good player. But yeah, we'll conclude this and we'll go to Valencia. So the transfer window closes in 5 days' time, and we haven't been able to do very much. Looking in the way of strikers, every player I've really been interested in is kind of out of our price range, and I don't want to be in a position where I force Paco out for less money than I'd like, and then not be able to afford his replacement. So we're biding our time at the moment. That doesn't mean we haven't done anything. What we have done is sold Pervis Esputan for £8.5 million. Always more of a wing back, never really fit well in our system. Never really a 3-star player either. His tackling wasn't good enough. He basically just wasn't good enough defensively. And going forward, he was okay. I don't know. He just wasn't for me. So we bought in his replacement, Ihen Munoz. We'll go with that. 25-year-old Spanish left back, better defensively, so at least he can do that. But he comes in as a backup regular player behind Pellegrini, and he knows that. And you know what? He's a good backup, so I'm more than happy with this deal. £5 million from Sevilla, where he played semi-regularly for them for the past few seasons. I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. We'll go into our schedule, have a look at where what we've been up to, really. So after our 1-1 draw against Sevilla, we came back with a 2-1 win against Espanyol. 2 late goals in that game. I was furious it was 1-1. It was their only decent opportunity of the game. Luckily, Gagliardini popped up with a goal to set that one straight, because it really hasn't been the most auspicious of starts. As you can see, a 1-0 loss to Atletico Madrid in the meantime as well. They were down to 10 men for the last 13 minutes. It's, I don't know, the way Diego Simeone manages this team in this game is insane. Oblak is still an incredible goalkeeper. You've got Jimenez, who's an incredible centre-back. They've got great players throughout the team, and now they've got Talas Magno up front as well. They're difficult, always difficult. And we really went for it near the end when they went out to 10 men, but not good enough. And then last time, 3-0, very convincing victory against Villarreal. Yet again, striker not involved. I've been thinking about this a lot. I've put some players on our tactics onto more supporting roles. So instead of going for goal themselves, they'll maybe look to pass and, something like that. I just need to find a way of getting our strikers more involved. Because if I can't sell them and get better ones, I'm going to have to do more to help them. I think money is always going to be the biggest problem with Villarreal, because we can't spend the millions and millions of pounds that these upper clubs that we're trying to catch up to can. So we've got to be a lot more savvy, which is evident in the way we've gone about our business. The Champions League group has been drawn as well. None of them are easy, so this is an okay one. Victor Pleasant will take care of, no problem. PSG and Porto are going to be obviously a bit more difficult, but if we go down the other groups, there are no easy groups here. I was looking at them as the draws we made, going, I don't want to be in any of these. Got Real Madrid and Chelsea in that one. You got United and Napoli, Inter and Dortmund, Leipzig and Salzburg. That's probably the easiest, but then you end up with SLB in the bottom there, so not that easy, I guess. Liverpool, Barcelona, Bayern, Man City, ours with PSG and Porto, and then the other one with Atletico Madrid and Juventus. So no easy groups, but I guess we've got an okay one. It just depends against Porto now, and maybe if we can get a little victory against Paris Saint-Germain here and there. Looking at the tactics for this game against Valencia, I don't think we're quite there yet. Hold on a second. So our team today is going to be Sergio Roseno in net, a back four of Gaspar, Duarte, Saltacar, Pellegrini, midfield three of Coquelin, Ceballos and Parejo, and a front three of Chukwueze, Monero and Collado. Injuries still to De La Cruz, so that means he's not fit. Eric Bailly is coming back from an injury. Surprise, surprise. Strong bench. I'm starting with João Moreno and I'm playing him in a deep lying forward role just to hopefully get him more involved in the game. I'm starting to realise that I'm taking control of individual training, and the players aren't being asked to train in the right positions that we're trying to play them in. Paco Alcácer is mainly one, but I just don't think he has the tools to play as a lone striker, or at least not the way we're asking him to. So Gerrard gets the nod today. Hopefully that's all good. I'm going to this game slightly conservatively. I don't think we'll have an easier time as we did last season in that 5-0 win. Mainly looking at Maxi Gomez, he's become a world-class striker. And if I could have signed him, I would have done. But Valencia aren't too keen in selling off their star striker to me for some reason. Not too sure why. Maybe we'll see in this match. But he's a class striker, and I just hope he doesn't show it today, because we're not too far behind, and having Atletico Madrid and Valencia and Sevilla all really early in the season might make us look not as good as we are, but I would like to at least win one of them. Might make me a little bit happy. First 20 minutes gone, we seem the better team at least. Getting more shots on target, a better XG. Goals going in everywhere for Barcelona, Real Madrid. Valencia with a throw in here, and it's cleared out by Coquelin only as far as Gabriel. Playing it forward to Jose Gaya, who cuts inside. It's tackled, but it ends up with Di Maria. Sticks it in the bottom corner. And of course, it would be Angel Di Maria. He was an injured out for today, and I was hoping he'd be out, but great. Just great. Angel Di Maria coming back to haunt me. As a United fan, he can suck a fat one. Don't like him at all. So obviously he'd scored today. Playing out from the back. Duarte taking his time over the ball. Salazar spraying it out wide, but only as far as Di Maria, who's having an excellent game so far. The right back all alone to cross it in, and a free header. And Valencia probably should be 2-0 up. I mean, the XG lies there because that was a golden opportunity, I thought. Apparently not. 1-0 half time isn't a disaster. Not what I hoped. I think we may have to go a little bit more attacking. I mean, everybody loved that. Team talk, excellent. That never happens. The assistant manager getting one right. Right. We'll go positive. I didn't see the injury to Coquelin at all in any of the instructions that came out there. So we'll bring him off. Put Scott McSauce on. He can definitely do a good job in that midfielder role. Maybe we try and counter press. Maybe we don't. Maybe we up the tempo a bit. I know it's not exactly tiki-taka, but maybe we can make something happen. I wouldn't say Coquelin's the biggest miss. He's not exactly been the amazing player that his star rating says he was at any point in this save. Ooh, cannons it off the crossbar there by the... Musa is a wonderkid description. Very good player. And since I've made those changes, Valencia have dominated the ball. So let's just drop those back down for now. I play through the middle. I guess we can run at the defence a little bit as well. Our wide players are quite quick, so maybe they can take on these fragile defenders. I know Jose Guy is a world-class player. I really hoped he'd be gone by now, but nobody seems to want to buy him. I'd have him, but I don't think I could afford what Valencia would make me pay for him. 70 minutes, 1-0 down. We've got to go for it. What's the point? If we just sit here and accept our fate, then we ain't going to win anything, are we? So let's change things up. Like so. Go for that vertical tiki-taka. Gaspar's not having the best game at right back. Maybe this will help him, to be honest. Get him forward more. I don't really want to bring on Milenkovic for him because he's not precisely a wing back. I think we leave it as it is for now. Just for now. We'll go like that. And we'll demand more from the team. Hopefully that'll kick in before a highlight. Ceballos tired. We'll bring on Gagliardini. He can be a box-to-box. Danny Parejo can go... No, I want him as supporting these players. I want him to pass. I think we go with that. I think that's probably the best that we can do for now. I think we go attacking as well. We don't want Valencia to sit back and shut up shop on us. Oh, there we go, highlight. Big goal kick out there from Valencia. Hopefully we can nab the ball here. Pellegrini winning the header. Collado with the ball. Gets immediately dispossessed by Soler. He plays it forward. Is that Duarte? Well, Salazar playing everyone on side there. Makes the tackle though. Big kick out to Gerard Moreno, who lobs it on for nobody. Soler picks up the ball. Straight through to Di Maria. Why did he have to have a good game? I don't like the way Valencia are passing here. Unless we win possession back. I'm worried. Big ball over for the right back from Gabriel. Maxi Gomez, a great save from Sergio Asenjo there. And it didn't matter. Lee Kang-in getting that second goal. Not giving a good account of ourselves whatsoever. This is poor. Very, very poor. I mean, these are the best players we've got available to us. So I don't see what changing them will do at all. Typically, Maxi Gomez has had a really quiet game for them. I don't think we'll see anything else here. Oh, Danny Parejo with a free kick here. Over to Chukwueze and Scott McSauce. Actually, it was with the header, and it obviously goes wide. And today was not our day. A 2-0 defeat to our rivals. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Why? Assistant manager, why would you give me such a good half-time team talk and then give me the wrong, absolute wrong end of match team talk? Why do we even listen to that guy? I swear he does this on purpose. Could we have been more attacking? Probably. Would that have been good? Probably not. And we sit 9th. 7 points from 5 games. Behind Real Madrid, who are picture perfect, and Barcelona. They're going to be so difficult to beat this year. After 5 games, Real Madrid have a goal difference of 29. How can we compete with that? Anyway, let's finish this transfer window. And who knows, maybe we can get a good signing in. So, transfer deadline day is over. And yet again, we had a late bid for one of our players. Milan came in for Gagliardini. £45 million, only 5 or so million short of his release clause. I accepted it. It's a hell of a lot of money, especially to a club like us. Sorted out his replacement, and you know what? I thought it was a great deal. Gagliardini, Italian international, going to an Italian side in his home country. You know, they're in Champions League. You know, they're a great club. Probably pay him more than what we're paying him, give him more game time. He turned them down. Yeah. I don't know. I need to do a better job of letting players know when it's time to go. Because him and Paco have both done this to me now on deadline transfer day, and just broken my heart, really, because it was such a good deal for us. So, yeah. Gagliardini sticking around for the foreseeable future. I mean, he's a good player, so I'm not going to moan too much, but I thought it was there. We did make one sale in the end. We sold Pedraza to Napoli for, it's going to be 12.5 million quid, 8.5 up front. Pedraza, good player. I just think he's too far behind what options we have now on the wings. I mean, if you look at his stats here, 3 goals in 21 games is not good, averaging a 6.81. I know if you look down here, you get the real facts where he scored 8 goals in the cup and 4 in continental competition, so in Europa League. So in the end, that's 15 goals from 24 games and 16 off the bench as well. It's not a bad return, averaging nearly a 7. But we've got better options, and we need to be thinking about the future. So Pedraza's gone. That does pave the way for a rather cheap signing in Rikui. I practiced this. Rikui Priug. Rikui Priug. This guy. From Barcelona, 900 grand, I believe. Yeah, 900 grand. Why not? He was a 3-star player when he was here. Don't know why he's dropped down already. But you know what? 2.5 star, 3.5 star potential, Spanish, under 21 international. He scores a couple of goals. He's got good stats, you know. I mean, if you look at the actual attributes for his position, so advanced playmaker, 14 dribbling, 16 first touch, 16 passing, 17 technique, 15 anticipation, 14, 16 flair, 17 vision, 60 in agility. He's really good on the ball, and he could be a very good player. Just needs to bump those physical stats a little bit and fine tune some of this, and he's a great player. So for 900 grand, definitely worth it. And then we went a bit bigger and made the biggest signing of the season for us in Lautaro Avando. He came from Argentinos Juniors for 12.5 million quid. And yes, that is 12.5 million pounds on a 19-year-old Argentinian with 6 under 20 caps. Hear me out. I mean, don't even hear me out. Just look at this. Let's just look at his physical stats for a start. All of them are above 12. His natural fitness is a 12. He's got 2 13s in balance and jumping reach. He then has 14s in acceleration, pace, and stamina, and then 15s in strength and agility. These are some impressive physical stats, especially across the board. You don't see this very often. He's 6 foot, could have been a little bit taller. Who knows? Maybe he's still got some growing to do. He's got, because he's a striker, he's now our prodigy striker. He's already got 15 dribbling, 13 finishing, and 14 first touch. His headings are 14. His long shots are a 14. He is going to be amazing. And we just need to give him game time. We need to train him. And he'll be great. He's the all-round striker that I want. I want somebody to be able to hold up the play, pass a ball, muscle their way into the opposition, have the pace to get beyond them. He is this. And he will be great. I hope. That was all our transfer business in the end. We've still got a bit in the kitty, So we've got 9 million quid, and if you put it all into the transfer budget, it's 11 million pounds. I'm leaving quite a lot in wage budget because now the only thing we've got to look forward to is new contracts for our players and January transfer window for free players as well. There's a few coming up that are interesting. Definitely some that we're keeping an eye on. Nabil Fekir is definitely up there. I don't even care if he'll be 30 years old by the time he comes to us. He is a great player and we'll get 3 good years out of him. Fine by me. Wijnaldum's probably a bit too old. Toni Kroos maybe too old. He seems to be doing incredibly well. Aubameyang as well, probably past it. I'd say all of these. Yerry Mina, 27 years old. Possibility. You don't know. Masua Wagu, who is Barcelona's starting right back, is also up. So keeping an eye on him. You know what? I will have a quick, sweep through all this to see what's worth scouting. But just as a quick reference, there's 3 or 4 players that I'd be interested in signing. Who knows? I also just seen Geronimo Rulli is out of contract in the summer, having just left us. I think there's an extension clause in his contract, but I can't believe they only made him sign a 1-year deal after spending 9 million quid on him. Chelsea have always been good with their money. But that's it. That's the start of our campaign, our transfer business. We've got a long way to go. Let's see how we get on in the Champions League. I think that's probably what we'll see next. Just quickly look at the schedule here. Yeah, I think if we go with Porto and then Paris Saint-Germain, that way we play Bilbao in the middle and Victor Pleasant will win. So this is a tough month, Sociedad, tough team. It's sandwiched in between Porto, an easy Victor Pleasant, and then 2 more tough games in Bilbao and Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, whoa. Look at this 4 games here. So we've got Real Betis, 3 days later, Paris Saint-Germain, 3 days later, Barcelona, 3 days later, Porto. Our squad depth is going to be tested. Thanks for watching. I'm excited for Season 3. Let's see how we get on. I've been MVPete. Hasta luego. Bye for now.